Hello everyone, I hope all of you are safe. Okay, today's our topic is arrays of two isotropic point sources with equal amplitude and opposite phase. So this is the continuation of the previous topic. So in these arrays of two isotropic point sources we have three cases. So in that one we completed the equal amplitude and same phase. So the next second case is equal amplitude and opposite phase. Now we are going to discuss about equal amplitude and opposite phase. So in this one what we are going to study means, so this is exactly similar to the previous case except that point source 1 is out of phase or opposite phase, that is 180 degrees to source 2. Okay, so this is similar to the previous case, that it means so there is a equal amplitude but the difference is so the source 1 having the opposite phase. So if you want to understood for better understanding, so I will show the previous topics diagram. So this one, so this is the diagram in this previous case. So here this is source 1 and source 2. So this source 1 is, these two are in equal amplitude but source 1 having the opposite phase with the source 2. So that is the case here. Okay, next come here. When there is maximum in source 1 at particular instant, then there is minimum in source 2 at that instant, because here when we have the maximum means there is a phase shift in maximum, then you will have the minimum at source 2. So that is vice versa. That means if source 2 has maximum phase shift, then we will have the minimum at source 1. That is vice versa. Okay, the total far field at distance point P is given by E is equal to, we have the negative symbol because of opposite phase at source 1, E1 into e power minus j psi by 2 plus E2 into e power j psi by 2. We know that equation in this previous case also. So because of phase of source 1 and source 2 at distance point P is minus psi by 2 and plus psi by 2. Since the reference being between midway of two sources, so what is the case here? E1 is equal to E2 equal to E0. That means equal amplitude. Let E1 is equal to E2 is equal to E0. That is because of equal amplitude. So that becomes, here we have the negative symbol because of opposite phase with the source 2. So this is the component for source 1, this is for component of source 2, electric component of source 1 and electric component of source 2, minus E0 into e power minus j psi by 2 plus E0 into e power j psi by 2. Understood? So this case is about equal amplitude and opposite phase. So for this one, how we are going to get the radiation pattern, now we will see. So if you common the E0, you will get e power j psi by 2 minus e power minus j psi by 2. Because of negative symbol, we got the sine function from the formula. We multiply and divide by, if we divide with 2j, we will get the 2j into sine psi, 2j into E0 into sine psi by 2. That is the total electric field at the point P for opposite phase for this second case. Okay, so here 2j E0 is amplitude and beta d by 2 cos theta is phase, because psi means we know that beta d cos theta. Psi is phase difference. Already we have discussed in the previous session. Psi is equal to beta d cos theta. So next, so presence of j, here we have the parameter j, simply means that opposite phase brings a phase shift of 90 degrees in the total far field. So that is the case. So by having the j parameter, you will get the phase shift of how much means 90 degrees phase shift you will get in this case, opposite phase. So we know that already. So the distance d is equal to lambda by 2 and 2 E0 j, let 2 E0 j is equal to 1. So then what is the normalized field pattern means? E normalized is equal to 2j E0, 2 E0 j means this value is 1. Then sine of beta d cos theta by 2. Beta means we have 2 pi by lambda. If you simplify that one, you will get sine of pi by 2 cos theta. If you didn't understand, you can substitute. Beta means 2 pi by lambda, already we have done in the previous case, and d means lambda by 2 cos theta. Okay, so 2 cancel, lambda out. Lambda cancel. 2 pi by lambda into d lambda into cos theta by 2. We have 2 also. Okay, so next from this one you will get the pi by 2 cos theta, pi by 2 cos theta. So next we have the normalized equation also. Then we will get maxima direction. How we are going to get the maxima, minima and half power points directions. How we are going to get those directions? By taking this equation, sin of pi by 2 cos theta is, if we equate that equal to plus or minus 1 to get the maximum direction. So pi by 2 cos theta maxima, it will be maximum when plus or minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, when it will equal to this formula, we will get the maximum directions. So if n is equal to 0 case, if you take, you will have plus or minus 1. Cos theta max is equal to plus or 1 means at 0 degrees and 180 degrees you will get this value. So previous case we got here 90 degrees and 270 degrees, but in this second case, because of opposite phase, so the formula has changed here. So that's why we got 0 degrees and 180 degrees. Remember that point. Okay, next, minima direction. See here, when we get minima direction means sin of pi by 2 cos theta becomes equal to 0, you will get the minima directions. So then pi by 2 cos theta minimum, when it will be minimum means when it will equal to plus or minus n into pi. If you take the initial condition n is equal to 0, cos theta minimum equal to 0 and theta minimum 0 means you at the 90 degrees and 270 degrees you will get this value, because at 90 degrees value and 270 degrees value will get the 0, that is theta minimum. So in previous case you have the opposite directions here, 0 and 180 we got for previous case. Next, half power point directions. Sin pi by 2 cos theta is equal to plus or minus 1 by root 2. Same case compared to the previous case, same, there is no difference. We got 60 degrees and 120 degrees. Okay, so from these directions, how we are going to get the radiation pattern. So maximum we got at 180 degrees and 0 degrees, and minimum 90 degrees and 270 degrees. So these are the half power points directions at 60 degrees and 120 degrees. So in previous case we got the radiation pattern like this. Okay, so in this case we got the maximum radiation pattern in this way at 0 and 180, minimum at 90 and 270. So half power point directions are same, 60 and 120. So those directions we got. Okay, so this is about second case. What is that? What is that case? Arrays of two isotropic point sources with equal amplitude and opposite phase. Okay, this is the final case we are going to discuss. Totally we have three cases, right? So arrays of two isotropic point sources with unequal amplitude and any phase, unequal amplitude and any phase, opposite phase or same phase, any phase. Okay, so here amplitudes are unequal. So this is the diagram for two isotropic point sources with unequal amplitude and any phase, source 1, source 2 at the difference t and with the angle theta and psi. So this is the distant point. So this is the corresponding vector diagram, E1 ke1 into cos psi, ke1 into sin psi. So this is a vector diagram for this figure. For this figure we have, this is the vector diagram. Okay, what is the matter here? We are going to discuss here. Source 1 is known as reference for phase and amplitudes. Then E1 and E2, that is E1 is greater than E2. Then total phase difference psi is equal to 2 pi by lambda into d cos theta plus alpha. Here we have included the value alpha. Alpha means initial phase. So what would be the initial phase? So when this point is radiating, otherwise this point is radiating. So what is the initial phase of these 2 points? What is the initial phase of these 2 points means? That is alpha. That's why in this phase difference we have added this alpha. Okay, so already I have said in the introduction that source 2 leads source 1, because so when it is radiating, so it is also radiating. By reaching this point, this source 2 is leading by this source 1. Okay, so this forms the radiation faster than this source 1. So these are the two source points. So these are two radiating points, nothing but two half-wave dipoles, whatever it may be you can take. Okay, so that's why source 2 is leading by source 1. Then what is the condition means? If alpha is equal to 0 or 180 degrees and E1 is equal to E2 is equal to E0 for above cases, from vector diagram we are going to get the electric field at this distant point from this vector diagram. Okay, so that is E is equal to E1 into E power J0 plus E2 into E power J psi. So because of unequal amplitudes here, E1 and E2 are unequal. These are two different amplitudes. But so in the any phase, we said any phase, but in the initial case, so the source 1 is at 0. Initial case, if you take the 0, so we will get this equation E1 into 1 plus E2 by E1. If you common the E1, e power j into t 0 means E0, that is equal to 1. Okay, so if you common the E1, 1 plus k into e power j, just we take, let k is equal to E2 by E1, where k lies between 0 and 1. So this is the case for total electric field. E is equal to E1 into 1 plus k into e power j psi for unequal amplitude and any phase. Okay, so here very simple. So previous two cases we have discussed about equal amplitude and same phase and equal amplitude and opposite phase. So this case is about unequal amplitude and any phase. For those three cases, what are the electric fields we got at this distant point P, and how those sources, source 1 and source 2, are going to radiate. So this is about the arrays of two isotropic point sources with different cases. I think you understood this topic. Okay, if you have any doubts, please text me. I will clarify your doubts. Otherwise, comment on this video. Okay, thank you.